Welcome to our topic adrenal cortex hormones, focusing on mineralocorticoids like aldosterone and glucocorticoids such as cortisol. We will explore clinical scenarios and provide detailed explanations on synthesis, regulation, functions, and effects. In this presentation, we will cover a range of topics including the synthesis, regulation, and function of adrenocortical hormones, the specific roles of aldosterone and cortisol, and their effects on the body. We will also delve into the cellular mechanisms and possible non-genomic actions of these hormones. Let's start with our first clinical scenario. A 35-year-old patient presents with fatigue, weight loss, and low blood pressure. Blood tests show elevated levels of aldosterone and ACTH. Which step in steroid synthesis is most likely impaired? The correct answer is cholesterol desmolase activity. Impairment in this enzyme would prevent the conversion of cholesterol to pregnenolone, the first step in the steroid synthesis pathway. ACTH stimulates this process, and a defect here could lead to abnormal aldosterone production. Next, we have a 50-year-old patient receiving long-term treatment with dexamethasone for an inflammatory disease. Which of the following is most likely due to the glucocorticoid activity of dexamethasone? The correct answer is decreased bone mineral density. Dexamethasone is a potent glucocorticoid with minimal mineralocorticoid activity. Chronic use leads to bone demineralization, reducing bone mineral density and increasing the risk of osteoporosis. Our next case involves a patient with hypertension, hypokalemia, and edema despite normal aldosterone levels. Further testing reveals a genetic deficiency in 11-beta-HSD2. Which condition is most likely? The correct answer is apparent mineralocorticoid excess syndrome. 11-beta-HSD2 deficiency prevents the conversion of cortisol to cortisone, allowing cortisol to bind to mineralocorticoid receptors and mimic aldosterone effects, causing AIM. In this scenario, a patient presents with hypertension, hypokalemia, and metabolic alkalosis. Blood tests show elevated levels of aldosterone. Which is the most likely cause? The correct answer is primary hypaldosteronism, also known as Conn's syndrome. This condition is characterized by excess aldosterone secretion, leading to hypertension, hypokalemia, and metabolic alkalosis due to increased sodium retention and potassium excretion. Next, we have a 35-year-old male with Addison's disease presenting with fatigue, muscle weakness, and low blood pressure. Lab results show hypokalemia and hyponatremia. Which is the most likely cause of his symptoms? The correct answer is aldosterone deficiency. Addison's disease is characterized by adrenal insufficiency, leading to aldosterone deficiency. This results in hyponatremia and hypokalemia, contributing to fatigue, muscle weakness, and hypotension. In this case, a patient with Addison's disease presents with low sodium, high potassium, and diarrhea. Which of the following best explains these findings? The correct answer is aldosterone deficiency. Addison's disease leads to aldosterone deficiency, resulting in poor sodium absorption in the intestines, causing diarrhea and salt loss. This also contributes to hyponatremia and hypokalemia. Our next scenario involves a 40-year-old patient who works in a hot climate and experiences sodium depletion and dehydration after prolonged exposure to heat. Which is the likely cause? The correct answer is aldosterone stimulation in sweat glands. Aldosterone stimulates sodium reabsorption in the sweat glands, preventing sodium depletion in hot environments. Excessive sweating can lead to sodium loss if aldosterone does not function optimally. In this case, a patient with a genetic defect preventing the expression of the mineralocorticoid receptor presents with severe electrolyte imbalances. Which effect is most likely? The correct answer is decreased sodium reabsorption and potassium secretion. The mineralocorticoid receptor is required for aldosterone action to increase sodium reabsorption and potassium secretion. A defect in MR would lead to an inability to respond to aldosterone. Finally, which protein is directly responsible for the active exchange of sodium and potassium with the basolateral membrane of renal tubular cells under the influence of aldosterone? The correct answer is sodium-potassium ATPase. This enzyme is essential for the active exchange of sodium and potassium across the basolateral membrane of renal tubular cells, which is crucial for aldosterone's effect on sodium retention and potassium excretion. A researcher is investigating the rapid effects of aldosterone on renal epithelial cells. Which of the following mechanisms is likely responsible for these effects? The correct answer is CAMP formation. Non-genomic effects of aldosterone involve rapid formation of CAMP in renal epithelial cells. This occurs in seconds and does not involve gene transcription or protein synthesis. Which of the following is characteristic of non-genomic actions of aldosterone? The correct answer is they involve receptor binding at the cell membrane. Non-genomic actions are characterized by rapid binding to cell membrane receptors, leading to the activation of second messenger systems like CAMP and phosphatidylinositol. These effects occur in seconds to minutes, unlike genomic actions which involve protein synthesis and take much longer. A patient experiences hypokalemia. Which of the following is most likely to occur as a result? The correct answer is increased aldosterone secretion. Hypokalemia stimulates aldosterone secretion to help excrete excess potassium from the body. A patient with low blood pressure and sodium loss is likely to have increased levels of which of the following hormones, leading to elevated aldosterone secretion? The correct answer is angiotensin II. Angiotensin II increases in response to low blood pressure and sodium loss, which stimulates aldosterone secretion to restore blood volume and sodium balance. Which of the following factors has the most significant effect on aldosterone secretion? The correct answer is potassium concentration. Potassium concentration has the most potent effect on aldosterone secretion, with small increases triggering a significant rise in aldosterone to help balance potassium levels. A 45-year-old patient presents with obesity, particularly in the chest and face. He has a history of prolonged stress and recent steroid treatment for autoimmune disease. Lab results show elevated blood glucose. Which is the most likely cause of his condition? The correct answer is Cushing's syndrome. The patient's central obesity, moon phase, and elevated blood glucose are indicative of Cushing's syndrome caused by excess cortisol. Cortisol increases glucose production and promotes fat deposition in specific body areas. A patient undergoing severe stress after an accident has increased blood glucose levels and decreased insulin sensitivity. Which of the following is the primary mechanism contributing to these changes? The correct answer is decreased insulin receptor sensitivity. Cortisol increases glucose production while reducing glucose utilization by cells. This leads to insulin resistance and elevated blood glucose, contributing to adrenal diabetes. A patient with rheumatoid arthritis is given high doses of cortisol for its anti-inflammatory effects. What is the primary mechanism by which cortisol reduces inflammation? The correct answer is decreases prostaglandin synthesis. Cortisol inhibits the production of prostaglandins and leukotrienes, which are involved in inflammation, thereby reducing inflammatory response. A 45-year-old male patient with Cushing's syndrome presents with hypertension, hypokalemia, and edema. What is the underlying cause of these symptoms? The correct answer is excess cortisol acting on mineralocorticoid receptors. In Cushing's syndrome, excessive cortisol can overwhelm the action of 11-beta-HSD2, which normally converts cortisol to cortisone in tissues like the kidneys. This allows cortisol to activate mineralocorticoid receptors, causing sodium retention, hypertension, and hypokalemia. A patient who has been on prolonged high-dose corticosteroid therapy develops increased susceptibility to infections. Which of the following is the most likely cause? The correct answer is suppressed T-cell production. High-dose corticosteroids suppress T-cell production and reduce the body's ability to mount an immune response. This leads to immunosuppression, increasing susceptibility to infections, including those that are usually controlled. A 30-year-old female with obesity has elevated blood cortisol levels and shows signs of insulin resistance. Which enzyme isoform is likely responsible for the amplification of cortisol's effects in her adipose tissue? The correct answer is 11-beta-HSD1. In adipose tissue, 11-beta-HSD1 converts inactive cortisone into active cortisol, amplifying the effects of cortisol, including insulin resistance and metabolic abnormalities such as obesity and diabetes mellitus. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more clinical scenario-based MCQs.